Hello, you are welcome to this presentation on Robot Structural Analysis Professional. In this video, you will be learning the most effective way to model an analysis structure of this kind successfully in this presentation. Here is the architectural plan of this structure. While this is the grid line set out and columns layout, general arrangement, and the paneling of the structure successfully in AutoCAD. You will have the link to download this plan so you can follow up the presentation successfully in the description of this video. As a beginner or an advanced use of Robot Structural Analysis Professional, I would advise you to get this book. It's a very nice book on Robot Structural Analysis. Contents at a glance. Chapter 1 to 13. Getting started, preferences and project sector. Chapter 3, basic structural modeling. Chapter 4, modeling. Loads. Chapter 5, preliminary structural analysis. 6, exploring preliminary results. So, these are the content at glance of this book. So, the link to get this book will be in the description of this video as well. So, here is the complete contents of this book on Robot Structural Analysis Professional. This book explains this structural analysis and design software, robot structure in details. So I will advise you to get this book if you want to be pro in robot structural analysis. The link to get the book is in the description of this video. So, as an advanced user of this program, I'll be taking you through the most effective way to carry out the reinforced concrete building modeling in this video. And then, if you feel like to join our ongoing training on this program, you can reach us through our contact in the description of this video. So, let us get started. Here is a new project. We will be using robot structure grid lines. We will be using robot structure grid lines definition as we reference the plan, dimensions in AutoCAD, and we will model or set out the grid lines for the structure successfully. So, let's navigate to the geometry tab, click on the axis definitions, and you will have the structural axis dialog just like this. So on the plan, the horizontal dimensions are for the x axis and the vertical dimensions, right, are for the y axis, and then for the z option, x is the story height. Okay, so let's start the modeling. So over here, number of repeats, have it to be 1. So the distance, right, is going to be 4, 2 to 5, right? So we are providing it here in meters. So it's going to be 4.225, just like this. Okay, because what I have in AutoCAD here is in millimeters, right? So click on the add for the first grid line successfully. For the second one, we still go by number of repeat 1, and then it's going to be 3.025. You add, alright. The next one is 2.125, like this. Okay, you add, alright. Then this other provisions, we have 3.225, just like this. You add. The next one is 1.0, 7 you add as well. So the next dimension we have there is 0.100 you add, and the last dimension in the x axis is 1.008 right there you add. Okay, so if you check here, we have total of 14.725. The same thing we have here, 14.725. All right, so after which you come to the vertical directions. In the vertical directions, we will get to the y axis. Okay, then the numbering system is going to be alphabetical, right? After which number of repeats you have it up to be 1, and then the first grid lines right there is going to be spaced at 2.092. Add, and then 1.733 you add, 1.2 meters you add, 2.232 you add, and 0.993 right there you add. So you have total of 8.25, which is 8,250 millimeters right there. So having done this, you come to the Z options. So in the story definitions, we will do that later. Okay, click on the apply. All right, click on close. So take note, the default story is 3 meters. All right, click on closed. So having defined our grid line successfully, the next thing we will do is that we have to define a material. Okay, so you click on the member sections. In the member section dialog, you can see we have a lot of materials here, so we can remove all of that. Yes, options. Those are the default materials. All right, click on the new, and we are working with the steel. So we select the first one, the concrete beams. So if you choose here, you can see the grade of the concrete materials right there. We use C20. All right, so this beam, the first beam we'll be having is, we name it as F. Right, F beam simply means first floor beam, so we will having it to be 22.5. Mind you, the unit is in centimeter. We are dealing with centimeter, so 225 millimeters is equivalent to 22.5, right? So we have 450 depth of the beam, so we have 45, right, 0.0 right there. Okay, so this is the sections of the beam we'll be considering for the floors, right? And then we click on applied or add right there. So we change this again to arrow beam, which is roof beam. Okay, just like this. We'll be having 35 right there, 0.0. So it is 350 millimeters depth for the roof beam. We are still maintaining the same materials. Click on the add. So we also have FF or FD beams. So this is foundation beam. Okay, so we still maintain this is going to be 300 millimeters, just like this. Click on add. All right, so once you're adding, you see it is showing in these provisions. All right, so click in this section type, select ROC columns. So in the ROC columns, we will be using the same materials, straight right there, and then we will have this to be ROC columns. All right, we will be maintaining a column section of 225 by 225 for the sake of these presentations. All right, click on the add right there and close. So here are the sections of the materials we will be using in this video. Click on the close options. We proceed to set the sections of the reinforced concrete slab. Alright, so here we have the default slab thickness. Slab thickness 150, slab thickness 180, and we have this one. So you can always remove any one you wouldn't want. So if you want to create more thickness of slab, click on this new thickness definitions options right there, and then you have the option dialog. So here you can be able to label it, and as well give it color of your choice. Right, so after which provide a thickness. Right, don't forget to check the unit of measurement. It's very important. So let's have a slab of X 200 right there, and then over here we have it to be 20.0. You can change the color to that, okay, and click on add, closed. So you now have this slab right here. Okay, so this is how you create your reinforced concrete slab thickness or sections. Alright, so at this point we want to start to model the columns. We start from the columns. So we will be following the column positioning that we have right here in AutoCAD. So click on the columns right there. So you click on the column member right there. So you just have to select the column member we set. Okay, and then you start to click, but by then you should have to navigate to the level. As we are right now on the base level, you have to get to the story 1 level, make it active just like this. Okay, so before you now start placing the columns, so we check the positionings of the columns at the axis intersections. F1 we have 1 column right there, right, something of this kind. Then we have it at this provisions. We have 1 columns right here. We have another one here. Alright, so we will check it correctly to make sure we insert the column accordingly and exactly at the axis intersections as presented in the AutoCAD plans. Okay, so we proceed. We have another column right here. We have another one here as well. We have another one here, right? These provisions. So 1 column at this axis and as well that point. Let me zoom it out. Okay, we have it here. Okay, and then let's see. Okay, we have one here, right, and then we have another one here. Okay, there is also a reinforced concrete column here, just like this. We have one at this builder intersections and one here. Although we wouldn't have it here, but we need a columns here as well. Okay, and then I would like to have other columns here, right? So here are the columns positioned successfully. Okay, this particular provisions is for the staircase. Okay, staircase provisions, which is this. Okay, so the next thing is the beam members. So let's close it. You have to check closely to make sure that what you're doing is correct. You place the columns according to the plan, according to how it's being presented on the plan successfully. So let's still modify this. At this point we wouldn't have any columns right there, green line 3, right? So we select this can easily delete that up. All right, then we have to place another columns right here, this point. So click on the column member and then place it right there. Okay, just like this. So we close that up. So having a columns here, we may choose to remove this as well, just like this. Okay, so we are good to go now. All right, so just undo to get these columns back right there. So you must be careful, okay, so as not to place an excess reinforced concrete column. So this has to be dependent on the span. All right, if you join our training, we will take our time to explain all of this to you. So let's make progress in the beams. Right, we want to start drawing the beams. So we click on the beams member right there. Okay, so we will be using ROC beams. So it is AF beam, which is the first floor beam, will be considering. Right, so we are dragging it. Okay, this is going to be horizontal beam, so we're dragging it from one point to another. Right, so we start from this point, pick that point, pick this. Right, so you have your beam just like that, pick this point. So let's get the external beams at first. External beams around the structure. So you are picking from one point on the ROC columns to another, right, just like this. Okay, so we completed the external beam, so you can cancel that. So for the internal, we are having a beam running all the way through this columns provisions, and then you right click and cancel that. We have beams running also this way. Right click and cancel that. So this is how you placed your reinforced concrete beams successfully. Robot structural analysis professional. So we can't right click and cancel that command. Right, we still have a beam here. This is the stair room, right? So here are all the beams. Let's have another beam. These provisions. Click. Okay, so I think this is what we actually needed. Okay, so we have another beam in these provisions. The point, and this point. Just like this. Right click and cancel that. So here is our model. Close this dialog. At this point, we are done with the AutoCAD. Alright, we are done with the AutoCAD file. If you want to dimension this, you can go to 2 and then see dimension lines and then use the first one. You can be able to pick 2 points to get your dimensioning successfully, just like this, to confirm the dimension distances you transferred from AutoCAD to Autodesk Robot Structural Analysis Professional. Successfully, you can do this. This point is supposed to be 100. Take it up. You can see right here. So everything is very accurate. You can see that is the horizontal dimensioning. For the vertical dimensioning, you get this just like this. Okay. Sorry. We have to delete this other one. Okay, so close this at first and then you have to undo this too. Okay, so if you want to proceed, you can just go back to 2 again. Alright, so click on the close options. So we can navigate to the 3D to see what we've done so far. So here are the models we have right here. Okay. Alright, at this point we will be placing the reinforced concrete slab. So we navigate to the plan as well, and then we try to maximize this. Alright, and zoom closely, just like this. So for the ROC slab, we will come to the slab options. right there. Okay, so we use shell right there. So the slab thickness we will considering is 150 millimeters slab thickness. So we will consider shell. We can use rectangle right there, and then we pick this point to place the slab right there. You can see, right? So continue to place it successfully. Oh, sorry, right click and cancel that. All right. Okay, we are done. So here is the provision for the staircase. Okay, so we'll be modeling the staircase. We'll be modeling the staircase shortly. Let's navigate to the 3D right there. We have this. So if you check this, enable the shape of the structural member, you will notice that these beams are not well placed. So let's see how to adjust these beams successfully. So come to this provision and select beams. So once you select beams right here, you can be able to right click and then select all. So see all the beams has been selected. So we want to actually adjust the end connections to run with the columns edge successfully. Having selected the all of the beams, navigate to geometry, additional attribute, come to the offset and then use upper flange. Okay, apply that. So this has been placed properly. Now we proceed. We will model the staircase. All right, you can always hold the shift key and then click and hold the left mouse, the right mouse button to always orbit this successfully. Okay, so for the slab, the staircase, we first model the landing. So click on the floor right there. So we will use a 180 thickness of slab. Choose that options. Okay, so we pick the first point, the second point, pick that point, and pick this point to place that. Okay, this is the landing. All right. Then for the first entering point, we will use we pick this point. So first point. All right. We pick that point. Pick this one, and then the right click and cancel this. Let's do that again. And cancel that, or use an escape to escape that. Right, so pick this at first point, second point, third point, and then what we have here to be the first point. To have the first entering right into the landing right there. So for the second entering, we will use those 2 points successfully. Right, so we can close this right now. So we have our stairs being model just like this. Okay, so having done this, now the next thing we will be looking at is to generate stories. Okay, we have up to 4 stories right there. So what you need to do is get to the geometry and then see stories options, and then come to the manual right there. So the repetitions of this is going to be 4 stories. So we already have 1 story existing. For that reason, we'll be having a total of 3. So plus the existing one will be 4. All right. Okay, so we maintain this the 4 story height. Okay, click on the add right there. So we have this. Click on applied to our story generated just like this. Okay, click on closed. So likewise, we are going to be generating the members right here. Okay, so for us to be able to generate all of these members successfully, because we are not going to generate including the including the support right there. Okay, so let's expand this. Come to story. All right, story 1. Right click right there, select all. So this is going to select all the members. Story 1. Okay, so also right click on it, and then you can now move to stories and then copy content of the stories options. Okay, so we are copying from story 1 to story 3 right there. Okay, up to story 3, click on the options. Right, so this is the fastest way to actually generate your stories successfully, so you can see. Alright, so at this point there are many ways to actually generate stories in robot structural analysis to professional, but that will be best explained in our ongoing masterclass on this software. Alright, so you will notice in this structure we have some part of this roof beams. So now we are having reinforced concrete slabs on the roof beams and the staircase. So what we need to do is to select that at ease, just select story 1, and then you can expand this and then select the floors. Sorry, at the story 4, right click right there, double click right there and expand it. Then select the floors right there. So we want to get rid of these floors. You can use delete options right there to delete it, to get rid of the floors. Or here is the roof beams. Alright, so we will also be able to select the beams right there. Okay, and then you can see the beams properties right here. ROC beams right there. So if you choose here, you can see the options right there and the elements. Okay, seeing the section of the beam, if you expand here, you can see all of the beams numbered successfully. Okay, for also view numbering, you can use these provisions to also view this numbering successfully. Alright, so what we need to do is we want to do now is to how we can remove some part of this roof beam and the columns, right? Because the structure is just like a paint house, okay, a paint floor. So we get to the front, right? From these provisions, we wouldn't have any members from these provisions, right? So we have to select this, and then you can, orbit it this way. Okay, so we get rid of these beams by clicking on the delete options right there. Okay, so we can as well get rid of this one. Alright, so after which what we need to do now, if you double click on this beam right now, you will notice this is F beam, which is the floor beam, but this is supposed to be a roof beam, so close this. We want to convert this beam to roof beam now, so close this and then come to the beam option, select that, all the beams being selected. You can click this member sections, or you can pass through the geometry and then come to the member sections options, this one. So once select that, here are the members we have. So this is the first floor, the one we have already. So select this one, which is the arrow beams, or if you want to create a new sections for your arrow beam, you can always click on the new sections definitions and define it successfully. Click on apply. So this has been changed successfully from F beam to arrow beam. Let's double click to check the property. Now it's now arrow beam. Okay, we are good to go. Right, at this point we will click on these provisions and then click on apply this to have this the full structure just like this. Okay, so for us now to work on the foundations, we need to place the foundation beam right here to support this entry stair. Okay, so what we need to click on the beam options right there, and then we have beams right there, FD, which is foundation beam. So we are placing it from, so let's navigate to the story 1 right there. Okay, this story now we pick this point all the way to that point. Okay, to place that beam successfully, so we can always select this beam, go to the geometry and then bring it to the lower part. You have it like that, you can take it back, select this. Alright, so that is correct. We have that successfully. Okay, this point, let's check the support. Okay, the support, these are pin support. We want to change this support to fixed support, so you can select it, select the support one by one, and then you can be able to use the support options, or you can navigate to this base level and then to get to the plan view right there. So you make sure that you are at the base level, just like this. Okay, so you can be able to select the support successfully, just like this. If you activate the support, you see that we have all the support right here, as you can see, to be pinned. All right, so we want to make it a fixed support, so select all of the support like that. You can hold the control key to be able to select multiple of the support members. Alright, so click on the support right here, and then instead of pin, change it to fix. Click on applied. So you see all has been changed successfully except this one, so you can just select it, alright, to change it to fix support. Click on the close options, and then you can view the structure in 3D. Now we have our structure fully supported at the foundations successfully, just like this. Okay, the next thing we will be doing, want to look at coloring, you can right click and then it comes to the table display right there. So in this display, okay, we have so many colors. You select on the max with colors. You can mark with colors, legends by sections, legend by colors. You can also mark with the color of the core walls. You can mark with these other options, member types, legend by color. Okay, so if you marked it with this one, this is what you have. Click on applied. You have this. Okay, but if you marked it with this, it's going to be marked by the sections. Right, this is marked by the sections, like the beams. You can see the beams, roof beam color, the first floor beam color, so whether these foundation beam colors right there, everything change. Click on the OK options, you have something of this kind. Right, and also you can also mark this by you can mark it by stories. Okay, select English provisions, and then you come to the model right there. So and then you check the model offset. You come to the members right here. The shape is already on. Click on that, apply that. So you will always be able to mark all of this by the color you wanted successfully. So the last one I want to show you is stories legend by color. Stories legend by color. So which is this one, legend by color. Select that, click on applied. Okay, so this is legend by stories successfully. All right, so this brings us to the end of the presentations. If you have any question, you can drop it in the comment sections. You can as well join our ongoing master training program in AutoCAD robot structure successfully. Stay tuned, stay connected. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye for now.